Welcome up! In this episode, we will talk about the concept of citizenship to understand how it affects individual, social, economic, and political rights. Coming up. Hello, I'm Understanding Politics, and in this channel I talk about political theories and debates to students as well as curious and passionate people, just like you. So if you like the channel, consider subscribing and maybe hit the bell to receive notifications about my latest video. Citizenship is the status of being citizen of a particular country. The etymology of the term comes from the Latin word civitas, which means in fact city. As you may know, in its long history, Rome conquered several peoples. But from 212 AD, with the Constitutio Antoniniana or Edict of Caracalla, from the homonymous Roman emperor, once they were annexed, these populations became Roman citizens, gaining virtually all the rights that any other member of the Roman Empire already enjoyed. This is really unusual if we compare it to nowadays' struggle to include new members in our societies. It's not all. In the 2nd century, the emperor-philosopher Marcus Aurelius reflected on the idea of citizenship in his Meditations, and he declared himself to be a citizen of the world. He was not the first though. Socrates did the same in 450 BC, and 100 years later, even Diogenes the Cynic. Why did the Romans find so important to give the citizenship of the empire to their citizens? The main function of citizenship is to give access to rights. This has not always been clear. Before the Second World War, Jews and Romani in Italy, Germany, and progressively in all the countries that the Axis invaded were deprived of their rights, and their lives were disposed as these powers pleased. Hannah Arendt reflected on this topic in an essay that became part of her The Origins of Totalitarianism. She found the problem in the fact that for a long time states had been above the lives of people, with consequences as terrible as the Holocaust and the Porajmos. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. While a new world order should have been based on the right to have rights. With the Universal Declaration of Human Rights of 1948, all humans became entitled to basic rights that derived from the fact of being alive. Depriving someone of their citizenship and rights became a crime sanctioned by international law, and the condition of stateless, people without citizenship, was perfected in 1954 with an ad hoc declaration that entitled them to receive a citizenship. But the topic of human rights deserves another video. You can even become a citizen of more than one country if your country of origins accepts dual citizenship. Each country has a different procedure at the heart of the process of acquisition of citizenship. In general, the processes refer either to ius soli, from the Latin right of the ground, or ius sanguinis, right of the blood. The US and France, for instance, have ius soli, so if you're born on their territory, you are automatically entitled to their citizenship. On the other hand, countries such as Italy or Germany have ius sanguinis, so you have to be born at least from an Italian or German citizen to be able to acquire this citizenship. Normally, there are exceptions to this basic rule. So, for example, for the Italian legislation, if you reside and work regularly in the country for more than 10 years, but 5 if you are a European citizen, then you are entitled to gain the citizenship. But here I would like to focus on attempts to extend citizenship in a way that recalls the one of the Roman Empire. The first example is Socialist Yugoslavia. The state was founded in 1948, unified by Tito and his partisans under socialism. The country comprised the republics of Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, and Macedonia. Kosovo, that declared its independence in 2008 while seceding in 1999, was back then a region of the Socialist Republic of Serbia. Never heard of Kosovo? Check here. These republics had each one a citizenship in addition to the Yugoslavian. The academic Igor Štix studied how citizenship was used as a weapon for political engineering by individual republics at the breakup of Yugoslavia in 1991. The most obvious example that comes to my mind is the episode of the Erased. 25,000 residents of Slovenia, 1.3 of its total population, that in the February of 1992 were definitely cancelled from Slovenian registries and became effectively stateless in their own country. These people had a different ethnic background, other than Slovene, but they were a titular ethnicity in former Yugoslavia, so they were either Croats, Serbian, Bosniaks, Albanians, Montenegrins or Macedonians. There is even a Slovene movie about this episode, which is in fact called Erased. But before then, before the Yugoslav breakup, citizens of this republic could travel, live and work in any other republic in light of their double citizenship. Coincidentally, in 1992, when Yugoslavia was imploding, the Maastricht Treaty introduced European citizenship for citizens of the states members of the European Union. Back then they were 12, but as of 2020 they are 27. This means that as a citizen of these 27 states, you, me, can travel, live, work in any of these states without even asking for permission, having been granted the same rights of a titular citizen of the state of your choice. While you do not enjoy the right to vote at national elections, if you are registered in a specific city, you can vote for your mayor and even be a candidate at the European Parliament for that specific district. Both these examples recall the idea of a universal citizenship, even if there is no record of a citizenship which is extended to the whole world. The first theorizer of a cosmopolitan law that would allow people to travel safely to other countries in the name of a right to hospitality was the Prussian philosopher Immanuel Kant in his essay The Perpetual Peace. By the way, in a previous video I called Hegel a German even though he died 40 years before the official date of formation of the German nation-state. If you don't remember, check it here. So what do you think about universal citizenship? Should we have one? Thank you for watching. As always, all the sources will be linked in the references section of this video description. If you like the video, a thumbs up. The rights and their lives were disposed. It's time for the curiosity. Did you know that Kant, one of the most renowned philosophers of all times, never surpassed the limits of his hometown, Königsberg, in the 79 years of his life? By the way, today Königsberg is called Kaliningrad and it's part of Russia. As soon every part of the world.